Hi, good morning, Kiran, Sagar. Very good morning. Hi, Anusha. Hi, Hi, Sibasis, Shruti. Hi, Chandan. Hi, Jyoti, Girish. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Vishnu Priya. Nice. Hi, Priyadarshini. Yeah. Oh, Pratyusha. Abhijit. Nice. Hope everyone are doing good. Yeah. Okay. So, without any further delay, let's jump on. So, do you anyone remember what did we discuss in our last class? VPCs, right? What is the full form of VPC? Virtual Private Cloud. Do you all understand why we need VPC? So in order to set up everything secure in your environment, everything should be inside your VPC. So, and how many VPCs you can create per region maximum? And so do you all agree that VPC is regional? Hmm. Remember this thing, guys. Every service in AWS, it can be either regional, either it can be global. I'll talk about that soon, right? But for now, understand that VPC is regional or global. It is regional. I'll talk about what is global soon. Okay. So two VPCs can talk to each other by default. Definitely no. Two VPCs cannot talk to each other by default, but if required, yes. Nice. And then we have seen few architectural diagrams, and then you said like, yes, those are highly available or not highly available. So what we're gonna do today is, guys, let's jump on to the services. And the services also, guys, this is what our strategy is. Guys, I'm talking to everyone, I'm telling to everyone, our strategy is like this. So guys, I'll give you the overview of the services first. Okay, now. So I'll give the overview of the services. That meaning, you know very well, most of the trainers, what they do is directly they go and hit. Guys, whatever we did for 10 days till now, they don't talk about all these things. Do you all agree? Yes, definitely they don't talk about all these things. And next few days also, what I will be telling you is, I will be giving you a overview of each and every service that we're going to learn. So if I give you an overview of each and every service, let's say, for example, you have A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, like this. I'll talk about A, I'll talk about B, I'll talk about C, I'll talk about D. Like this, each and every service, I'll give it an overview so that whenever we are talking about one service, you will have a nice imagination or nice understanding about all the stuff that you are learning. Let's say, for example, if I'm talking about only EC2, now guys, you all understand upon VPC, but in EC2, we'll talk about VPC. So if I don't talk about VPC, is it possible for you to understand in the EC2 what is VPC about? No. So this is only for your good purpose. So what I'll be doing is, however I'm following it, just follow it. I know that you believe me, right? So I'll make it easy for you, so that I'll give you the overview first, and then we'll jump into the each and every service. Okay, let me share my screen. Do you all agree with this? My all efforts is only to make you easy and understandable. Okay. All right. So the first service that I'm going to introducing you is the first service, which you know already, which is called EC2. What is the full form of EC2? Anyone? This is a certification question also, guys. What is the full form of EC2? Hmm? Elastic Compute Cloud. What is that? Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. So guys, please keep this in mind that this is sometimes the certification question. This is sometimes a certification question. EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. You might say that, sir, EC2, let it be, sir. If it is certification question also, I can easily write, I can easily find out. Elastic Compute Cloud. Guys, you know how does the options look like? Option A, Elastic Compute Cloud. Option B, Elastic Cloud Compute. Option C, Elastic Cloud Computing. Option D, Elastic Compute Cloud or Elastic Computing Cloud. Do you see this? How he has confused you? So for that reason, guys, please keep this in mind that it is Elastic Compute Cloud only. That's the reason why we call it here. We have two C's. For that reason, we have EC2. It is Elastic Compute Cloud. So if anyone talks about Elastic Compute Cloud, can you tell me what is the thing that we can do it in the EC2? What is the thing that we can do it in EC2? In EC2 service, what is the thing that we can do? Right. So in EC2 service, what we can do is instead of saying creating instances, isn't it good to call it as launch EC2 instances? We can launch EC2 instances. Please don't call it as create instances. It is not good to call it as create instance because in interview, they can easily find out you are not an experienced guy. So always say that launch EC2 instances or launching EC2 instances. And what we can do in the EC2, in EC2, we can launch EC2 instances. By the way, what are servers called in EC2? Servers are nothing but instances. What instances are those? EC2 instances. That EC2 instance is nothing but VMs only, na? है ना? EC2 instances. Is it this? Can I say virtual instances or it's understood? No. Why don't call it as virtual instances? Call it as EC2 instances, na? Don't use your own words because in interview also you should be using it only EC2 instances. Not you can call normally virtual instances. That is how we understand. But in interview we should call it as EC2 instances because that is its name. So and I said that every AWS service, it can be a regional or it can be a global. For example, AWS services can be regional or global. Regional or global. So let us talk about EC2. Now you'll understand what is regional and what is global concept. So, for example, guys, this is Mumbai region and this is Ireland region. Okay. I went and launched one EC2 instance in Mumbai. Can you tell me, will it be that same instance will be available here in Ireland automatically? Yes or no? Everyone. Definitely no, na, Chitty. So whenever I launch another EC2 instance in Ireland, that EC2 instance will be available here in Mumbai? No, because you went and launched an EC2 instance in Mumbai, and that will be available only in Mumbai. This will not be available here. No. But yes, can you connect from Ireland? That is fine. But I'm saying that if one EC2 instance is launched here, the same EC2 instance will be available here? No. So that meaning the EC2 instance that you are launching is regional or it is global. Everyone. Ah, regional only. Now you understand the concept of regional and global? So any service which is available throughout all the regions, then that is called global. But if the service which is available only in particular region, that is called EC2 is regional. Yes. Can you launch EC2 in Mumbai? Yes. Can you launch EC2 in Ireland? Yes. Can we launch an EC2 in some other region? Yes. But the EC2 instance is region specific only, right? It cannot be like, one person cannot be available in multiple places. No. Understand? EC2 is regional. So guys, mostly 95% of the AWS services are regional only. Guys, you no need to ask me whether any service is regional or global. 95% is regional only. Whenever any service is global, I'll only tell you that this service is global. Okay, na? Until then, remember everything is regional only. CC, getting it slowly? Slowly. Okay. Okay. So next I'll talk about here is load balancer. Guys, what is load balancer in general? What is the definition that I have teach you guys? Load balance. If someone asks load balancer, what is load balancer? Hmm. Which distribute the traffic to the servers. To the servers. This is what we have learned, right? Load balancer meaning which distribute the traffic to the servers. Very good, guys. Very good. And before I talk a little bit more about this, let us see in our on-premises, guys. On-premises. In on-premises also, there will be a load balancer, na? Yes or no? There will be a load balancer, there will be a application server, there will be a DB server. All these things will be there, na? Yes, why not? This is load balancer. This is app server. This is DB server. Guys, I'm talking about on-premises. Huh? I'm talking about on-premises. So load balancer will send the traffic to app server. App server will send the traffic to DB server. We know this flow. And this is how we have it in on-premises also. Okay. Now tell me, in on-premises, is it possible to set up that easily high availability of your load balancer? No, no. Let's say, for example, you have only one load balancer. What you need to have multiple? You need to create multiple load balancer like this, right? Multiple load balancers. Is it easy to go ahead and click on creating this multiple load balancers? No. So HA is high availability is difficult. Is it possible in your on-premises to do auto scaling automatically of load balancers? Okay, you also said that. No auto scaling. It's not easy to set up auto scaling. No. And is it possible easily to go and do scalability all the time to increase the performance in on-premises? No. So if this goes down, if load balancer goes down, everything is damal, is gone. Yes or no? Yes. Everything is gone. If load balancer is gone, everything is gone. Khalas. Boom. So how to avoid this situation in AWS? And we also learned that in AWS we have the load balancer. Yes, yes, we have learned. This is load balancer. And what are these? Can we say that these are all EC2 instances? Guys, these are all EC2 instances. This is EC2, EC2, and EC2. And this load balancer is sending the traffic to this. Yes. So, guys, what is this? This is called load balancer, right? This is what we have learned. This is called load balancer, and this is what we have learned. So, guys, in AWS, remember, in AWS, the load balancer is called as elastic load balancer. What is this called? Everyone, in AWS, what do we call? Elastic load balancer. Everyone should write down. Elastic. Elastic load balancer. In shortcut, ELB. Elastic load balancer. In shortcut, ELB. So what is the actual definition now? Someone has already put it. That is really good. So what does this ELB do? ELB distribute the traffic to multiple, instead of calling servers, we should call it as multiple EC2 instances across multiple AGs, availability zones. Did we learn this? Hmm? So now this EC2 instance can be in 1A, this EC2 instance can be in 1B, and this EC2 instance can be in 1C. Everyone, yes? Yes. And all these EC2 instances can be in auto scaling group if required. Yes. What is auto scaling meaning here called? What is auto scaling? Remember, we learned scale out and then scale in. Remember? Do you understand the actual definition of the load balancer now? If someone asks, hey, what is talk about load balancer in AWS, then you should say load balancer in AWS is called as elastic load balancer, in shortcut ELB, and ELB distribute the traffic to multiple EC2 instances across multiple availability zones. And good thing is, someone was asking many times, sir, what happened if this load balancer goes down? Guys, this load balancer will never go down because this is completely managed by AWS. Same VPCs, Javi. Guys, this ELB is completely managed by AWS. Now you tell me, is it possible that load balancer will go down? Hmm? Yes. Do we need to worry about the high availability of load balancer? Answer it. Do we need to worry about the scalability of load balancer? Do we need to worry about the failover, performance, scalability, high availability, auto scaling, etc. for the load balancer? No, it's completely managed by AWS. So now can we call load balancer is a server or a service? Load balancer ELB is a service, not a server. Not a server. Not a server. Is it possible to log into the load balancer, guys? As it is it is a service, not a server, guys. If it is not a server, can we log into the load balancer? No. You can just access the load balancer. So whenever you create a load balancer, this will create a DNS name. Whenever the load balancer is created, ESB, this ELB it will generate a DNS name. We will be using that DNS name. We'll go to monitoring part slowly. See that. You're getting it, guys? About the load balancers, ELB is completely managed by, I'll write down all these things. ELB is completely managed by AWS. ELB is completely managed by AWS. That meaning we no need to worry about high availability, auto scaling, scalability, performance, etc. Completely managed by this guy, AWS. And ELB is not a server. It is a service for us. It is a service for us. Right? And then you cannot log in to ELB. You can access ELB with the DNS name. Guys, don't jump, Shashank. Okay, you only tell me. Shashank is asking. Actually, we can talk that after some time, but is asking, sir, if we launch only one instance, then ELB is required or not? What is your answer, guys? Everyone? No need. If you think that one instance is enough, then there is no high availability. If you want to go for the high availability concept, then you go for the load balancing concept. Okay. Guys, everyone clear till here? And question here is for you. Do you all agree that does ELB is specific to any availability zone? Right? No. ELB is not specific to any availability zone. That's why we call it as ELB. ELB doesn't have availability zones. It is created regional level. It is created regional level. It's created regional level. Yes, Rahul. So ELB should be, guys, ELB is the service. If you want to use ELB, create a USB. Otherwise, no, Bhujan. Right? And if it is completely managed by AWS, let's say, for example, we have the availability zone. This availability zone is completely managed by? Guys, availability zones, regions are completely managed by AWS. Do we need to really worry about the availability zones? No. This load balancer is completely managed by AWS. Do we need to worry about it? ELB? No. So if at all you want, create a load balancer and use it. What I'm saying here is, guys, you create a load balancer and then you utilize it. But the power of load balancer, like, you no need to worry about high availability, auto scaling, scalability, performance, etc. of the load balancer. That's completely managed by AWS. That's why it's completely managed by AWS. So AWS will give you so many components. So if at all you want, you take it and utilize it. If you don't want, don't take it. Simple. So do you remember in the first day we talked about, guys, is it possible to have only these servers? Will you able to access these servers using the IP address? Is it good? Do you remember that concept that we discussed? We cannot access, customer cannot access our application using the IP address. For that reason, what do we build? we'll put the load balancer. And this load balancer is completely managed by AWS. And the load balancer has the DNS name. We'll be using the DNS name. है ना? Clear? All your questions got clear, everyone? Nice. Any questions still here, everyone? So guys, EC2 is a backbone of AWS. It's a very big service. It's a very big service. Okay. I'm just showing you the trailers. That's it. Okay. Coming to the next one. You already knew this. So which is a service which is used for easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS? Hmm? Excellent. Elastic Beanstalk. Excellent, guys. So easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS. So we already learned about this Elastic Beanstalk a bit. Guys, let's say, and you tell me, do you all agree that this Elastic Beanstalk is a platform as a service concept in AWS? Yes. So if it is a platform as a service, do we need to really worry about the servers? No. What do we know? What do we learn? In general, guys, in platform as a service, what will happen? You don't have any control on the servers. Guys, in general, I'm saying, general in platform service, you don't have any control on the AWS, you don't have any controls on the servers. So coming to the Elastic Beanstalk in AWS, guys, in AWS Beanstalk, even though you are, yes, even though it is a platform as service, guys, AWS will give you the full control on the EC2 instances. Okay, let's do one thing. You have an application with you. You go to the Elastic Beanstalk service, guys. Give that application to the Beanstalk. That's it. Upload that application to the Beanstalk. That's it. And give some configuration, guys. That's it. And Beanstalk will do everything, whatever you want to do. Everything will do it automatically and give the URL back to you. But guys, Beanstalk should also not. You should also need to have a servers, na, in order to host your applications in the backend. Yes or no? Everyone, Elastic Beanstalk should also needs to have servers, na? So guys, this Elastic Beanstalk will utilize the concept of EC2 instances. Beanstalk, what is the backbone of Beanstalk? EC2 instances. So whenever you give the application to the Beanstalk, what the Beanstalk will do? In the backend, Beanstalk will launch the EC2 instances. It will utilize the EC2 instances. Who will launch the EC2 instances? Beanstalk only will launch. Do we need to really care of the EC2 instances which is launched by the Beanstalk? No. But do we have access to that EC2 instances? Yes. Very good. You're getting the concepts, guys. Very good. But in general, like in GoDaddy or some other platform or service, do we have control on the servers? No. But in Beanstalk, you have full control. You have full control on the EC2 instances launched by Beanstalk. Launched by Beanstalk. Rahman, we are not talking about the permissions yet here. Guys, please ask the question which is related to this only. Because Rahman, whenever talk about the permissions, I need to talk about another service which I don't like to get those services just like that. Okay, I'm slowly injecting everything. Ask questions which is related to this. In Beanstalk, we have full controlation. Yes, Jyoti, right. Getting it? So in platform responsible in platform as a service, what are the customers are responsible for? Only application. Application and data. So, and who handles the operating system? Provider. Na? So in this case, in AWS, in Beanstalk, can we say that Beanstalk will handle EC2 instances, including OS behalf of us? See how you're answering it. Beanstalk handles EC2 instances. There's nothing but OS behalf of us. Behalf of us. Okay, let me explain a little bit more. Those who are asking for. I mean to ask control instead of. Yes, you can, Rahman. You can. Everything we can do. Let's say, for example, we have a client here, guys. We have a client. Okay. You don't like to have a spelling mistake here. Huh? Okay. No, it's good. Thank you for behalf of us. Okay, we have a client. Imagine we have a client, and the client has application which is developed in Bava. Which is developed in Bava. Guys, see here. There is a client which has application with him which has been developed in Java. Can you tell me what are the services that you can suggest in AWS to deploy his applications? What are the two services that you can suggest to the client? One is EC2, very good. And another one? Beanstalk, fantastic. Yes or no? So one is EC2, another one is Beanstalk. And if you go for EC2, what do we do in EC2? We need to launch EC2 instances ourselves. Yes or no? We need to launch EC2 instances by ourselves, and then we need to configure and deploy application. Yes or no? Yes. Whereas here in Beanstalk, what we need to do is, another one is Beanstalk. In Beanstalk, what you need to do is just select platform. You need to just select the platform. You need to just select a platform and give few configurations. Let's say, what is the platform here meaning? Guys, your application is developed in Java. For that, you need to have Tomcat in order to run Java. So this Beanstalk will give you different platforms like Tomcat, like .NET, like Docker, like Python, like Go, like Glass. Like there are many platforms are available. So based on your application, guys, based on the application that you have been developed, so you need to select the platform and provide the zip file. That's it. What is the zip file that I'm talking about? This application zip file you need to provide to this guy. That's it. And what this Beanstalk will do, guys? Beanstalk will in turn launch the EC2. What does it launch? It will launch an EC2 instance, na? It will it will launch the EC2 instance, and then it will put the application inside it, and it will deploy and give the URL to you. That is how the Beanstalk will work. Don't worry, we have two or 2 days. We have complete dedicated date for Beanstalk. We will be talking about the Beanstalk separately, but I'm just injecting you the small concepts now. I'm just habituating you. Any limitations when providing the app in zip format? No. What limitation? What do you mean by limitations? So there should be some format that you should be using it, but all your Java files, no, you can go ahead and put it. Yes, you can go, guys, because the application is purely depend upon the number of pages, number of code that you have written, right? So it takes how much of a size that you want, but be careful. Huge size will take time, right, to upload. Is this clear? Is this clear till here on the Beanstalk, everyone? How does the Beanstalk works? What is the backbone of Beanstalk? EC2. Do we have access to that EC2 instances which is launched by Beanstalk? Yes. But do we need to go ahead and then can we do some califying there? No, don't do anything there. But still we have access. Excellent. So can we say a little bit that this is Elastic Beanstalk is like automation of EC2. In EC2, you have to do everything. Guys, EC2 is like you need to cook, you need to prepare everything, you need to cook, and you need to eat it. But this Beanstalk is like, ready-made, readily available. Like, application is readily, mostly it is readily available type. Yes. But I have another service which is coming, which is called Light Sail. Right on. Light Sail. You need to wait for that, Harmanjot. Yeah. Backups, we can take it. Yes. Light sail. What is the meaning of light sail? Guys, as the name suggests, light sail. As the name says, light sail. What is this light sail? Let's say, for example, guys, let's say, for example, there is I'll take the same example called blogger. Blogger. Guys, what is blogger? Who is blogger? Who writes the blog? Yes or no? Blogger meaning who writes the blog. Let's say, for example, now, if in order to write a blog, the blogger needs to have a website. Na? He need to have a website. He need to have a space to write, and he can write it like that. But this blogger has thought that I need to have my own website. I need to write it to myself. I need to do it by everything by myself. And if and whenever he did the research and someone said that, hey, you go to AWS easily, you can go and launch, you can set it up everything what you want. And what he did, this blogger went and then he searched, which is the service where you can go and set up your applications. What is your answer? EC2. Guys, and there are 7 steps to launch an EC2 instance. How many steps are there? Everyone write down. How many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7 steps. And this blogger, what he did it, and he has learned step by step, and finally he has launched EC2 instance by learning 7 steps. After launching the EC2 instance, he need to know that he need to log into it and he need to deploy it. And once he is deployed in, he need to configure it. Once he need to configure, he need to secure it. Once it is secure, he need to set up the databases, etc. Guys, is he interested to do all these things as a blogger? Definitely no. So he can easily leave that blogger job and he can be an AWS engineer, right? Yes. So, and also for a new developer, And also for a new, it's a manager, those who don't want to go more deeper. So for these people, there is a service called Light Sale, where what it does it is, guys, if you want to set up and create a virtual private server which already has everything installed, ready, ready to eat, ready to eat. Guys, if you want to set up and create a virtual private server which already has everything installed, everything predefined, everything predefined. Like what? Like what? Like I'll write. Most commonly used WordPress. Heard about WordPress? GitLab, Node.js, Joomla, Drupal, Django, huh? Ghost, Nginx, Redmine, huh? etc. Many, many. There's many are cPanel, right? Many are available ready-madely for you. So what you need to do is just click it and then enjoy. Everything will be there for you. You're getting it? So that is called light sale. So now you might say that, sir, if it is that much superb, why can't we use it? But there is a disadvantage here. There is nothing, there is no auto scaling on this in this service. Now you tell me, will you go for production environment with light sale? You understand? So AWS will give you so many services. It's not mandatory that you need to use all the services. Based on the requirement, you need to select which services is best for your requirement. You can go for the light sale with production. If you don't need auto scaling and you want everything to be done just like that and you want to use it, yes, go for the light sale and set it up. That's what I'm saying. Siddharth, let's say, for example, Siddharth want to go and set up Nginx. He don't want to install Nginx. He don't want to take all the headache. He want Nginx to be readily available. Will you go for EC2? Will you go for a Beanstalk? Will you go for light sale? Answer it. Then, hmm, you know how difficult it is to set up a GitLab. So if you don't want to set up everything by yourself with your hands and you want to be readily available, then go for light sale. There is a question, when was the first version of light sale launched? Do we need to really worry about that when this guy has launched? No one asked me till now. I don't remember. Just thinking if we can, just thinking if we can use light cell and some auto scan service separately. No, no, Jyoti. So light cell is selfish. Light cell doesn't want to mix with any other services. No. You will get to know slowly when we go deeper into the concept, Jyoti. Light cell can be example of, yes, you can think it of Khalid Bhai. But you can log into the servers, you can set it up, you can deploy it, everything you can do it by yourself. And how can we say that it is software as a service, Khalid Bhai? Guys, I'm saying that please do not have a mindset that each and every service will fall on infrastructure, platform, or softwares. No, don't be in that mindset. So do not call it as is it platform, is it software, is it infrastructure? No, 90% everything is infrastructure service only. Like few services like Beanstack and all these things, you can call it as platform service. But nothing in AWS has mentioned it is a platform service. I'm just making you to understand it. I don't know, Ashish. Maybe we'll check when we do the practicals on it. Huh? At least as far as, and guys, in AWS, every now and then they are enhancing everything. So let's see whether that support auto scaling when we go and see, when we go and do some practicals there. Okay, Ashish. Those are Harmanjot, those are all applications to set up your website. Light Sail. Light Sail, guys, that's what I said, readily available. I wrote it clearly, the definition. You want to set up and create a virtual private server which has already everything installed. Let's say, for example, I need WordPress. Yeah. In EC2, what do we do? What we do in EC2? We go to EC2 and then launch an EC2 instance. We log into it, and then we download WordPress. We install it. We deploy it, and then we and then we have to do each and everything in EC2. Yes or no? Coming to the Beanstalk. In Beanstalk, we need to have a WordPress zip file. WordPress is a software which is provided by some provider. Do we have a code of WordPress? Yes or no? Do we have a code of WordPress application? No. So in that case, what you do? WordPress, if everything want to be readily available, if you don't want to install, if you don't want to take the headache, go to Lightsail, and then WordPress machine will be there. Click on it, and it will get launched automatically, and WordPress is ready. Ready to eat concept. Here, prepare everything. Here, everything is already prepared, and you have to just use it. Understood? Those who are asking about Lightsail, to repeat. Understood? Everyone clear till here, everyone? Any questions? Bhushan, please. How questions you need to park it aside. How questions you need to park aside, please. Those questions, how questions will be from the practicals. So, okay, now Bhushan is asking, sir, how do we receive the application credentials and all? For that, what I need to do, I need to come out of this all these concepts, and then I need to teach you how to launch. No, that is not a good way to go now. Let's go step by step, na? Step by step, one by one. Let's not jump. Slowly, we'll take it. Nice. You can do in both, Ramakant. I just told the difference between them, all of them. you can you can deploy it. You can deploy it in EC2 also, or you can deploy it in Beanstalk also. No issues. Lightsail we can Lightsail is mostly used in development or personal stuff deployment. Yes. Yes, Vipin. It can be used in production environment also. No issues. But it doesn't support auto scaling for now. Maybe it might be supporting now. Let's see. But yes, if it is not used in production environment, then why the hell he has set up? Why he has introduced that service? Yes, based on the requirement, you need to choose it. We should be smart enough to choose when to use EC2, when to use Beanstalk, when to use Lightsail. If you want to, again, I'm repeating, if you want to set up everything, if you want to set up everything by yourself, you have the application code. You want to create machine instance, you need to log into it, you need to deploy it, you secure it, you configure it, you develop it, create load balancer, right? And then everything you do it, everything manually. That is easy. In Beanstalk, you have application ready. Whoa. What is that? I hate this. So guys, in Beanstalk, okay. So in Beanstalk, everything is ready. So in Beanstalk, if your application is ready, guys, in Beanstalk application ready, what you do, what you'll tell to the Beanstalk, hey Beanstalk, I'll give the application, and that's it, your job. And Beanstalk will launch will launch a EC2 instance. It will deploy it. It will do everything. It will give the URL to you. Do you understand the difference between EC2 and Beanstalk? That's what I said. Quick deployment. Thank you, Jyoti, for backing up. Right? And whereas the light shell, are we talking about the application in the light shell? We use our own application in light shell? No, no. So light shell has readily available. You want paratha, you want chapati, you want idli, you need vada. What is one? If you want this, okay, select this and then hit it, enter, done. But in EC2, you need to prepare everything. You understand now differences between all three? So based on the requirement, you need to choose it. Agree? Clear now? Yes. Yes, you can think it of. No issues. I need CC from everyone before I move forward. If that application is there, you can use it. Srinibha. GitHub is, you should understand, GitHub is a cloud-based repository from the Git itself. So GitLab you can install, GitHub you cannot. Okay. The next service that I'm talking about here is called, write down, Lambda. What is that? Everyone write down Lambda. Not Lambda, Lambda. So what is this Lambda? So this Lambda, guys, how many developers, any developers are here? Just put yes. There are many developers. So developers, I need your answers from you here. So this Lambda is mostly used by the developers. How? I'll tell you. This Lambda is mostly used for, okay, before I talk about that, first I need to tell about, guys, can you tell me what is function? 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 Developers, what is function? Set of instructions or a piece of code that you can reuse it multiple times. Yes? Yes, good. Can you tell me, is it possible to execute that function without the entire application? Huh? Guys, is it possible to call that function or run that function without having the entire application, without having the entire code? Is it possible? No, no. Okay. Is it possible to run your function without a server, without deploying an application? No, no. Hmm? So here we can do is you can run that function whenever you want without having the entire application, without having a server. That is the power of Lambda. So in Lambda, what we need to do is we need to create function. So directly what you need to do, you need to create a function. But that function can be written in your Java, that can be written in your big Python, Ruby, what not. There are many things available, many languages that it will be available. And you can, guys, isn't it wow for you? Guys, are you not, isn't it a wow element for you developers? How can we run the function without a proper application? Yes, using the Lambda, you can run a function how many times that you want to call. You can call that function. You don't need to have the entire application. You just call that function right away. Yes. Let me give an example. And by the way, do you all agree? Do you all agree Lambda is serverless? That's what I said. You no need to have a server. You just need to create a function and then exit. Okay, let me give an example. Let me give an example. A real-time example. Guys, let's say, for example, here we have a, who is here? Let's say I'll take Vipin. Lambda is a service. Yes, Vipin. So Vipin is very much excited after learning EC2. And I said that, hey, Vipin, don't launch the EC2 instance. I said, Vipin, don't launch the EC2 instance until I say. And Vipin is very much excited. And what he did, he went home and then immediately he went and launched the EC2 instance. I understood his excitement. Whenever he launched an EC2 instance, automatically it is getting terminated. Terminated meaning what? Guys, here you need to learn this language. You need to launch, you can launch the EC2 instance, you can stop the EC2 instance, you can start the EC2 instance, you can reboot the EC2 instance, and you can terminate the EC2 instance. Terminate meaning fasak, destroy, kill it. Kill it. Guys, can you create a virtual machine just like that? And can you delete the virtual machine just like that? Yes, that deleting is nothing but here called terminate or destroy, kill. So whenever this guy Vipin is launching the EC2 instance, automatically it is getting terminated. Wow, what is that? Vipin got confused. Okay, then he thought that, oh, Reyaj sir is awake. So maybe he told me to don't launch the EC2 instance. I'm launching it, and that's the reason why he's terminating in the back. What he did, he slept and he put an alarm at 12 o'clock midnight. And he woke up and then he launched the EC2 instance again. He has launched the EC2 instance. Again, it is getting terminated automatically. Are? Riya sir so gaya nahi kya? He didn't sleep. This time, he put an alarm at 3 o'clock in early morning, thinking that Riya sir is sleeping. And then he woke up and he has launched the EC2 instance. Again, it is getting terminated. Are? And then he come early morning to office and he asked me, Riya sir, are you awake entire night? And I said, no, I slept at 9 o'clock in the evening. Then how the hell I'm launching the EC2 instance and it is getting terminated automatically? Guys, how this can be achieved now? This can be achieved by using the automation, that meaning Lambda. So can I write a small function here, guys? Let's say, can I write a function in Python? So I write a small Python code. What does the code contains? Guys, the code contains to terminate the EC2 instance which has been launched. We write this with code, you can do wonders. With development, you can do wonders. With code, with script, you can do wonders. So this, I have written a code, Python code that, to terminate the EC2 instance that has been launched automatically. So do you all agree that in AWS, whatever we do, everything event will be generated in the backend? Yes. Whenever you launch the EC2 instance, launch event will be triggered. Whenever you stop the EC2 instance, stop event will be triggered. Whenever you create something, for each and everything, the event will be triggered in the backend. So whenever the EC2 instance is launched, can we say that launch event is triggered in the backend? Yes. So whenever launch event has been triggered, guys, what I did, I configured something such a way that whenever it is triggered, I'm telling that to invoke this Lambda function. What I do? I invoke. You can call it as invoke or call, whatever it is. But best way is to call invocation or invoke. So I'm invoking this in this Python code. Whenever the EC2 instance is launched, launch event will be triggered, and automatically when the launch event is triggered, automatically this Python code will run. And what does the Python code has contains? To terminate it, it went and terminate the EC2 instance automatically. Lambda is written in which language? That's why I wrote it here. That can be written in Java, Python, Ruby, all kind of different languages. Lambda is a service name where you can write functions with the different languages. So here, Lambda, yes, you can write. Lambda is invoked based on the tickets. Getting it? So can we say that Lambda is used for automation? Yes, Lambda is used for. So with for any kind of automation, you can use Lambda, not only for this purpose, for any, let's say I'm giving one more example. Guys, let's say for example, I have so many EC2 instances running in, I have so many EC2 instances running, guys. So many EC2 instances running in the backend. So I have a requirement that, guys, my developers or my DevOps people or whoever it is, my team, they are not using all the EC2 instances. I want all these EC2 instances to get stopped exactly at 9 p.m. And by the time they come to office at 9 a.m., automatically it should start. So will you come early morning at 8 o'clock and start all the EC2 instances manually? And will you stay at office at till 9 p.m. and stop all the EC2 instances? What we do? So what we do? We schedule it. We schedule it, and we write and we create the Lambda functions. Now tell me, how many Lambda functions we need to create for this and for this requirement? I create a Lambda function called stop function. Can we create it? Yes. And for this, can I create another function called start function? Yes. And what does the stop function contains? The stop function I will write a code in Java or Python or Ruby, Java, whichever it is. What do I do here? Stop all EC2 instances. I write a code to stop all the EC2 instances. Yes. And here what I do? Start all the EC2 instances. And this can be achieved by creating a Lambda functions. So this guy will go and then trigger and then start or stop the EC2 instance automatically. Automatically based on the time, because you have scheduled it now based on the time at exactly at the particular time that will get triggered. Lambda is not only for EC2, I'm telling you, because EC2 is only the service that you have learned till now. There are many services coming up. Lambda is for everything. Lambda is like an engine. Lambda is like an automation. So in Lambda, you have to go and create a functions. How to create a function? You should be knowing the coding or scripting in order to do some automation. That's why this call is related to the developers, those who want to do automation. So Lambda is a default service in AWS. Can we opt for this? Is a service manager? Yes, Lambda is a service from AWS. Guys, what are the services that you have learned till now? You have learned EC2 the names of the services. EC2, Elastic Beanstalk, Lightsail, Lambda. You have learned the service names till 4 service names. Mariappan. Yes. Understood, everyone? ELB is a part of EC2. Any questions? Go ahead with the questions now. Any questions? All clear? Slowly, non-IT? Good. Good one. Okay. Lambda is serverless. Yes. Can we launch an instance in Lambda? No. Lambda is serverless. That's what. You just need to directly go ahead and create a function. That's it. Good. So, guys, I remember to whom I have given the responsibility to create a WhatsApp group. Naidu. Naidu there. Yeah. Naidu. Yes. Naidu, did you create a WhatsApp group? Okay. Can you put that link here so that everyone will click on it and then they will join it? You can create how many you want, Sheetal. You can call it, but no, it is not a good way of specifying each and every service it is pass, as or SaaS like that, Abhishek. We can run some functions written in application outside of the island. What is that? We can run some functions written in an application outside. So it is not like Jyoti. Let's say you have a 3-4 pages of code, and you are running a small function. You are calling it. You cannot take up that function separately and put it in Lambda and trigger it. No, it is not like that. So you need to still have all kind of libraries, etc., to support that function. So you can create a function in Lambda, right? And then whatever that functions need to get supported, you have to support it, and then you can trigger that function. You don't need to have the entire application, kada. Yeah. Where we will call that function EC2 or somewhere else. You can call anywhere this Lambda function. Lambda is not only for EC2. Lambda is for your automation purpose. Naidu, once you get this WhatsApp group created, please put it here. Put it now. Yeah. And Lambda is completely managed by AWS, same as, yes, Lambda is completely managed by AWS. That's why it's called serverless. But the code you need to provide, Abhishek. Okay, so I think Sagar, who is the backup? Sagar, you create the group and put it here. Any example which platform use Lambda? It is not about which platform use Lambda. It's about the code that you have written. That's why I said Java, Python, many things. Sir, Lightsail can be installed or used in Beanstalk. No, Lightsail is a separate service. It is not a software to install it. So Lambda is not a server-wide service only, no, sir. Yes. Lambda is just a service where you can create functions. No, don't get containers here, Siddharth. Okay, so that's a group, huh? Guys, click on that group and then join all and let me know whether you're able to join. Did everyone join in that group? Sagar, people are joining there? Okay, good. So guys, that will be an official group for this. And also I'm telling you, please use this group only for official purpose. So do not use this group for all kind of good morning, good night messages, and then send this send this message to everyone, and you will get AWS certified within 2 days. Huh? You will get the job in 5 days. All kind of nasty things, don't use it. So this group, I'm telling you, will be very, 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 very useful in your lifetime, because you because guys, I'm telling you, you will only understand soon. So please keep this group very official. Use this group only for AWS related things, and only the questions related to AWS, like that. And girls, it is up to you whether you want to uh, join or not. It's not my stuff, it's up to you. If you don't want to join the groups, you can mail me, I'll send you the material. Okay, you want the group, so I'm sending the link again to everyone. That's a group. Okay, now so take the screenshots.